In every world, characters bring the environment to life. Some are controlled by real players, and others are powered by scripts or AI. Those AI-driven ones are called non-player characters, or NPCs. NPCs can greet players, guide them, or hold simple conversations that make your world feel alive. But creating them isn't just about dropping in a character, it's about configuring behaviors that feel natural, responsive, and safe for your players. Done right, NPCs can welcome players, share information, and create memorable moments. Hi creators, I'm Alexia, and in this video, we'll explore how to design NPC behaviors that feel immersive and safe, without overwhelming you with complexity. We'll cover 3 essentials: how to build and configure NPCs from scripted interactions to AI-powered conversations, how to make NPCs responsive and reliable with triggers, fallbacks, and debugging tools, and how to keep your NPCs safe and immersive so players trust your world and it stays published ready. By the end, you'll know how to move beyond cardboard cutouts and create NPCs that bring your worlds to life. Before you can make your characters feel alive, you need to choose the right foundation for their behavior, how they talk, respond, and interact with players.
That was uncalled for.
We're talking mainly about conversational behavior, the way your characters communicate and react through dialogue. Non-player characters, or NPCs for short, can run on fully scripted conversations, or they can use conversational AI. Each approach has trade-offs, and the best choice depends on the kind of world you're building. A scripted conversation NPC gives you full control. You decide exactly what it says and when. This keeps things predictable, but it can also feel repetitive. AI-driven NPCs, on the other hand, can generate dynamic conversational responses. Right now, AI only drives the speech, not actions or movement. So think of it as a language-last system. You tell the NPC what's happening in the world, and it talks about it. It's not choosing its own behaviors, it's reacting through conversation. The fastest way to get started is by using the defaults built into the world's NPC system. When you drop one in from a template, it's ready to go, complete with the standard interaction button and built-in voice options. You can also call a simple API method to have the NPC read a line of dialogue. These defaults work right out of the box, no extra setup needed.
Ah! Another land lover looking to see tales from old souls like me?
But you don't have to stop there. You can toggle off the Horizon avatar and bring in your own 3D model instead, giving your NPC a unique look or style that better fits your world. As your world grows, you may also want more control, like building a custom menu or linking NPC responses to unique in-world events. World supports both approaches. You can rely on the quick start defaults and expand into custom scripting whenever you're ready. Once you've chosen your setup, the next step is making your NPC feel like it belongs in your world. That means giving it a personality.
You think you can just waltz in here? Finally, someone's interested in the treasure.
Add a short backstory so players know why it's there. Choose a voice style that matches your world's theme: serious, playful, heroic, or mysterious. And set clear guardrails so conversations stay on topic. The character builder panel lets you try NPC speech while you're configuring it. But to really see how it works, you'll need to test it during runtime. That's where scripting comes in. You can trigger conversations as players enter areas, complete tasks, or ask questions. This blend of configuration and scripting is what makes your NPC feel alive in the flow of the world. Once you've built your character, the next step is making it respond naturally to players and to the world around it. This is where scripting, events, and fallbacks come together. A good NPC doesn't just stand still or repeat lines. It notices what's happening. When a player walks up, waves, or buys 17 rocks, the NPC can react because it has knowledge of the environment. I can grab this green cube here, and it will react to me grabbing that
Looks
cube.
like you're interested in that cube. You think it's just going to let you pick it up that easily?
That awareness is what makes it feel like a character in your world, not just a chatbot. NPC interactions usually start with triggers and events. That might be when a player enters an area, completes a task, or talks directly to your NPC.
Ah! A newcomer! What brings ye to these waters?
World's NPC API supports different types of responses, from static lines that you define to dynamic conversational replies that change each time. You can also set your NPC to listen for a player's voice and add them as a conversation participant. Let's take a look at an example. Here, we have a script that leverages the NPC API to engage with a player when they enter a trigger area. We cast the gizmo where the script is attached as an NPC, which gives us access to the conversation method. We then call this method when the player enters the trigger.
Welcome to our show. We've got a fantastic night lined up for you. Are you ready to have some fun and answer some ridiculously silly questions?
This particular NPC has a TV show personality, so it's very energetic and enthusiastic about having us around. Of course, players won't always stick to the script. Sometimes the NPC mishears them, or they ask something that's completely off topic. That's where the fallback scenarios come in. You can define what the NPC should do when it doesn't understand, like offering a clarification prompt, showing a quick menu of options, or redirecting to a safe response. For example, you might use a simple UI panel that lets players choose or type a response instead of relying on voice. Using functions like add response or multi-NPC interactions, you can redirect the flow and keep the conversation on track. And with API checks, you can detect when a fallback is triggered and make sure your NPC still replies in a helpful or safe way. Before you publish, always test your NPCs. The NPC debugger panel shows you what's happening behind the scenes. Things like misheard words, delays, or failed responses. Use this information to refine how your NPC reacts so players get a smoother experience. When your NPC can respond to triggers, handle the unexpected, and pass a few rounds of testing, it starts to feel truly alive. Responsiveness is what makes players believe your NPC belongs in the world with them. An NPC that feels alive can add incredible immersion to your world, but without the right guardrails, conversations can drift off topic, or worse, create safety concerns that puts your world at risk. Keeping NPCs safe isn't just best practice, it's essential if you want your experience to stay publish ready. To keep conversations on track, it helps to find a sense of purpose and boundaries for your NPC. Enough guidance to stay true to your world without boxing it in. Think of it as building a guardrail around your conversation. Inside, the NPC can respond naturally and add flavor to your world. Outside, it knows how to redirect or stay silent. Guardrails keep interactions safe and help maintain the tone of your experience. The way your NPC responds can affect your world's maturity rating, and in some cases, whether the world stays published at all. Always test for edge cases, unusual questions, playful but risky prompts, or attempts to push the NPC off topic. You can even create or use a set of sample player prompts to make sure your NPC gives consistent, appropriate replies. Anticipating those scenarios now saves you bigger problems later. Finally, think about safety as part of publishing. Defaults like standard interaction button, built-in dialogue templates, and world's avatar setup often reduce risk because they've already been tested for safe use. The worlds editor includes remixable worlds, tutorials, and public assets with working NPC logic and interactions. Feel free to explore and reuse the logic of these resources to speed up your development process. Combine those built-in systems with your own guardrails and fallback settings, and you'll be ready to publish NPCs that are both immersive and safe for your players. When you put safety first, you build trust with the players and with the platform. An immersive NPC isn't just engaging, it's reliable, respectful, and safe to interact with. That's what makes players want to return to your world. NPCs are one of the best ways to make your world feel alive. But for them to really work, they need thoughtful design. Start by setting up your NPCs with the right mix of scripted control and conversational AI. This helps them respond in ways that feel natural and consistent. Make sure they're reliable too. Use triggers to activate them, fallbacks to handle unexpected inputs, and debugging tools to smooth out any issues. Safety and immersion matter just as much. Guardrails and best practices help keep interactions respectful and believable. When you get all of this right, you're not just adding a character, you're creating somebody players will remember. And that's the kind of experience that they really want to come back to. So here's your challenge. Take a look at the NPCs in your world. Do they feel flat and robotic, or do they feel alive? If they're missing that spark, refine their setup. Add personality, test their responses, put safety guardrails in place. That's how you turn a simple NPC into a character that makes your world unforgettable. If you want to dive deeper, check out our remixable world filled with AI NPC examples you can explore and learn from. And join the Meta Horizon Creator Program, where you can connect with other creators and join community programming. Happy building!